5-day class for the physical therapist in Darwin. I traded them the class for me to have a truck and the camping equipment I needed to be able to go out and camp for 5 days. And I found a place where I could hike out to one of these water holes, and on the way back, I was running out of gas. Because Kakadu is a lot bigger, and at that time, I can tell you, there were no road signs. It was like, so I'm running out of gas, and I'm running out of gas. And I'm just watching the needle. I think I'm going in the right direction, but I'm not sure. And at the last moment, the truck is literally going, pull around this corner right into a mining camp. I mean, around the corner to the left, and right there in front of me was this mining camp. And as I pulled into the mining camp, the foreman for the camp walked across the camp like this. And I said, I can help you with your back if you'll help me with your gas, with my gas. And it was exactly about 5 o'clock. The camp was closing, the dinners, the lunch hall was completely filled with people. The only horizontal surface in the entire place was the bar. So I had the guy lying with his boots and his sweat and his shorts on the bar. And the beers are going over. And I'm giving the man a lesson on the bar. And he gets up from the lesson and he goes, what did you do? Right? So he treated me to dinner, and he treated me to a number of beers, and he gave me a full tank of gas plus another 5 gallons in another can. And so have hands will travel. It's amazing what you can do in Kakadu with the Feldenkrais method with a camp foreman who's injured his back and a horizontal surface. The camps are? They certainly were not in then. That was probably 1985. I think the first time I came here was 1986. So, oh. I don't think that was the case in 1986. Still a good story. All right, let's now play with 2 more planes, okay? The pure plane of translation forward and backward, and the translation side to side. Okay? Okay, come here. She's been forcing herself to put up with all this. Okay, so the easiest one for us is we understand nodding, yes and no, or yes. So then the next question is how can I make this movement in such a way that her face more or less comes upward and sinks forward and backwards. In other words, her head, in some kind of small way, has the sense that she's gliding her head on her atlas. A little forward and a little back. Okay? And this movement for many is not very easy. She's not bad. Okay, a little this, a little that. Might find a little bit. Maybe she's had a little bit of difficulty with her neck. I don't know. We'll see. Forward and back. Okay? Now, translation. You guys look over here. I'm going to change my hand from underneath to a little bit alongside so that I have the side of her skull in my hand in such a way that when I touch here, I can begin to make the translation. Right off of the bone of the lower part of her skull, I can begin to make a little translation to the left. Yeah? Now this is really going to make it clear. I can't translate her if I pull her. So all of you guys that have been having trouble with this and this notion of being able to make this movement with your hand moving forward rather than, this is pulling to roll, isn't it? As opposed to translation. Now I might have to make a little change to go to the other side a little bit and make translation. So I translate, and she's a good Egyptian dancer. Look at that. Many people won't be so easy to go right and left. Translation, translation.
Translation, you are also sliding
No. The atlas is such that if you might make a tiny, less than a millimeter movement of the head relative to the atlas. The head and the atlas aren't really meant to move very much together. Yeah. Translation. No. This lets me know if she can make this movement a translation. It's another way for me to know, is it easy for her to go this way or is it easy for her to go this way? A person who doesn't translate very easily, yeah, probably has a preference as to which way they tend to go. So I'm going forward and back, translating right and left, and then to put the cherry on top of the cake, you make a translation in one direction, you float upwards, translate across, float downwards, so that you're making a circular movement in the horizontal plane. My hands are just a little bit higher. Once I start to make the translation, the circular movement, I still need to have the ability to make the movement to go across. So I have to have a little bit of a purchase so I can go across. My hands turn up and under, and I sink a little bit, and then I find the points of translation. Right there, it's not quite as simple as it could be. I can wait for a moment, go a little in and go a little out, take my time, float here. This is easy up into here, come here and float and wait for a moment. Still waiting, here she comes, hello. She's listening inside of herself as to whether it's easy or not. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, forward and back, side to side, and a circle in the horizontal plane. Okay? Pretty sure the next 15 minutes. So you just, again, go play for a couple minutes, 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes, and then we'll have more or less gone through all of the basic movements except for traction and compression. Yeah? All right. Thank you.